My mom left me all her jewelry and childhood mementos, but my dad decided to give them to his other daughters, so I took everything and hid it, and now he is furious. My mom passed away when I, 17 female, was 5. Before she passed away, she sold a lot of her things that held very little meaning, and she wrote letters to me and dad saying what she wanted to happen to the rest. In the letter to me, which I got when I was 13, she said she was leaving me her jewelry and all her childhood mementos and keepsakes. She had a small stuffed animal collection, some really old books that were handed down, and some scrapbooks she made over the years. Even before I knew what was supposed to be mine, I asked for a lot of the stuff after she passed away, but dad said I was too young and I would get that stuff when I was older and more responsible. But even though he thought I was responsible enough to read the letter, he still said I wasn't responsible enough to have mom's things. When I was 7, my dad remarried and had the first of my 2 half-sisters with his wife. I was 9 when my second half-sister was born. My dad used to talk about how much mom would have loved them and how he wished I'd share something of mom's with each of them when we were older to show how much I love them. I told him they weren't mom's kids, so I'd never do that, and he told me they might not be mom's, but they were my baby sisters, and it would be a sweet and meaningful connection between them. My dad's marriage has been falling apart the last 3 years. Right now, they're separated but still living together, and they fight every day still. A few weeks ago, dad announced out of the blue he was going to share a piece of mom's jewelry with each of my half-sisters. He said there was a piece each that he thought would be perfect for them. At this point, he still wasn't willing to let me have mom's things, and he pointed out to me when we argued about it that mom only wrote it down in letters. She didn't put those wishes in her will. I told him it was because she trusted him, and clearly, she was wrong because he wanted to give her things to someone else's daughters, and I said this because of the times he wanted me to give something to them. He said she would have loved my half-sisters because they were his, and she would have wanted him to be happy. I told him I would have always come before any other kids because I was her only, and I told him it was creepy and weird and gross that he wanted kids he had with someone else, who never met mom and never would and were not a part of mom's family, to have her jewelry or sentimental items. After he made the announcement about giving them something, I went searching when no one else was home, and I found all the stuff. He kept it so well hidden that I almost didn't find it in time, but when I did, I hid it in my room overnight and early the next morning, while nobody else was up, because it was the weekend, I brought it all to my maternal grandparents and asked them to keep the stuff safe from dad. They were really disgusted with dad when I told them what was happening. It took another 3 weeks for dad to actually go look for mom's things to give to my half-sisters, and when he couldn't find it, he confronted me, and we got into a fight. He accused me of stealing them, and I asked him why he didn't call the cops then, and he was saying they dismiss it as a petty thing, but I was a thief, and I was punishing my half-sisters through him. He said they were so excited to get the jewelry he mentioned, and I said because they wanted pretty things. He could go out and buy them their own jewelry. We were fighting for like an hour or maybe even 2, and he kept calling me a thief, and he demanded I bring the stuff back, but I stood my ground and said no every single time. He tried to make me feel bad for not wanting my half-sisters to have the jewelry he promised. He said mom would have wanted me to share, and I told him she wouldn't. I said she wouldn't have